I declare this meeting open at 7 p.m. Good evening all, and welcome to the first meeting of this council term following the September local government elections. I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet today and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. I extend that respect to any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here this evening. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome all councillors. Firstly, congratulations and welcome to newly elected councillors Indu Balachandran and Matt Devlin. I also extend congratulations and welcome back councillors Jeff Pettit, Barbara Ward, Sam Nye, Alec Taylor, Christine Kay, Martin Smith, Cedric Spencer and Kim Wheatley. Before we begin, I would like to outline a few procedures in relation to this meeting. This meeting is being recorded and live streamed. The webcast will be available on the council website and only councillors and council staff will be shown on camera. As the Mayor has not yet been elected, I will initially chair the meeting for two items of business, namely GB1, Oath or Affirmation of Office by Councillors, and GB2, Election of the Mayor for the October 2024 to 2026 mayoral term. Following the election of Mayor, the election of the Deputy Mayor, item GB3 will be conducted. Prior to dealing with these general business items, we will first address apologies, declarations of interest, documents circulated to councillors and reports considered to be in closed meeting, as well as confirmation of minutes. All councillors are present, so there are no apologies from councillors. All staff are present, so there are no apologies from staff. Declarations of interest. Do councillors have any declarations of interest to declare? No declarations of interest from councillors have been declared. There are no declarations of interest from staff. With regard to documents circulated to councillors, there are none. There are no confidential reports to be considered this evening. We now move to confirmation of minutes, and I seek a motion to confirm the minutes of the previous meeting of council, being the ordinary meeting held on 13 August 2024. Moved Councillor Smith, seconded Councillor Nye. I'll now put the motion. All those in favour? That's carried unanimously. We now move to item GB1, which is the Oath or Affirmation of Office. Before we start, I have had a request from Councillor Balachandran to allow her family to photograph the swearing in. Do we have any objections from councillors? Thank you. In accordance with section 233A of the Local Government Act 1993, all elected councillors are required to take an oath or make an affirmation of office at or before the first meeting of council after the councillor is elected. Under the Act, a councillor who fails without a reasonable excuse to take the oath or make an affirmation of office will not be entitled to attend council meetings until they do so and will be taken to be absent without leave. Each councillor has been provided with a copy of the prescribed words of the oath and affirmation. The recommendation for this item GB1 is that each councillor individually take the oath or affirmation before the General Manager. Can I have someone move this recommendation, please? Moved Councillor Ward, seconded Councillor Pettit. All those in favour, please raise your hands. I declare that carried unanimously. I will now ask each councillor in turn to stand and take the oath or make an affirmation, noting that an officer has a copy of the Bible for those taking the oath. We will go in alphabetical order by wards. So I'll start with Commonara Ward, Councillor Matt Devlin. Councillor Devlin, if you would please stand and take the oath or make the affirmation.
I, Matthew Devlin, swear that I will undertake the duties of the office of councillor in the best interests of the people of Ku-ring-gai and the Ku-ring-gai Council, and that I will faithfully and impartially carry out the functions, powers, authorities and discretions vested in me under the Local Government Act 1993 or any other act to the best of my ability and judgment.
Thank you, Councillor Devlin. Councillor Pettit.
I, Jeff Pettit, swear that I will undertake the duties of the office of councillor in the best interests of the people of Ku-ring-gai and Ku-ring-gai Council, and that I will faithfully and impartially carry out the functions, powers, authorities and discretions vested in me under the Local Government Act 1993 or any other act to the best of my ability and judgment.
Thank you, Councillor Pettit. Councillor Balachandran.
I, Indu Balachandran, solemnly and sincerely declare and affirm that I will undertake the duties of the office of councillor in the best interests of the people of Ku-ring-gai and the Ku-ring-gai Council, and that I will faithfully and impartially carry out the functions, powers, authorities and discretions vested in me under the Local Government Act 1993 or any other act to the best of my ability and judgment.
Thank you, Councillor Balachandran. Councillor Ward.
I, Barbara Ward, swear that I will undertake the duties of the office of councillor in the best interests of the people of Ku-ring-gai and the Ku-ring-gai Council, and that I will faithfully and impartially carry out the functions, powers and authorities and discretions vested in me under the Local Government Act 1993 or any other act to the best of my ability and judgment.
Thank you, Councillor Ward. Councillor Nye.
I, Sam Nye, swear that I will undertake the duties of the office of councillor in the best interests of the people of Ku-ring-gai and the Ku-ring-gai Council, and that I will faithfully and impartially carry out the functions, powers, authorities and discretions vested in me under the Local Government Act 1993 or any other act to the best of my ability and judgment.
Thank you, Councillor Nye. Councillor Taylor.
I, Alec Taylor, solemnly and sincerely declare and affirm that I will undertake the duties of the office of councillor in the best interests of the people of Ku-ring-gai and Ku-ring-gai Council, and that I will faithfully and impartially carry out the functions, powers, authorities and discretions vested in me under the Local Government Act 1993 or any other act to the best of my ability and judgment.
Thank you, Councillor Taylor. Councillor Kay.
I, Christine Kay, solemnly and sincerely declare and affirm that I will undertake the duties of the office of councillor in the best interests of the people of Ku-ring-gai and the Ku-ring-gai Council, and that I will faithfully and impartially carry out the functions, powers, authorities and discretions vested in me under the Local Government Act 1993 or any other act to the best of my ability and judgment.
Thank you, Councillor Kay. Councillor Smith.
I, Martin Smith, solemnly and sincerely declare and affirm that I will undertake the duties of the office of councillor in the best interests of the people of Ku-ring-gai and the Ku-ring-gai Council, and that I will faithfully and impartially carry out the functions, powers, authorities and discretions vested in me under Local Government Act 1993 or any other act to the best of my ability and judgment.
Thank you, Councillor Smith. Councillor Spencer.
I, Cedric Spencer, swear that I will undertake the duties of the office of councillor in the best interest of the people of Ku-ring-gai and the Ku-ring-gai Council, and that I will faithfully and impartially carry out the functions, powers, authorities and discretions vested in me under the Local Government Act 1993 or any other act to the best interest of my ability and judgment.
Thank you, Councillor Spencer. Councillor Wheatley.
I, Kim Wheatley, solemnly and sincerely declare and affirm that I will undertake the duties of the office of councillor in the best interest of the people of Ku-ring-gai and the Ku-ring-gai Council, and that I will faithfully and impartially carry out the functions, powers, authority and discretions vested in me under the Local Government Act of 1993 and any other act to the best of my ability and judgment.
Thank you, Councillor Wheatley, and thank you to all councillors. I will ask staff to record in the minutes that all councillors took an oath of office or made an affirmation of office at this meeting in accordance with section 233A of the Local Government Act 1993. Councillors, we now move to item GB2, election of the Mayor. As General Manager, I am the returning officer for the election of Mayor for the October 2024 to September 2026 mayoral term. I now seek a motion that Council elect the Mayor and determine the method of voting. Councillor Spencer. That's correct, Councillor. Thank you, Councillor.
I'm sorry. Thank you. I'll just repeat the motion that I'm moving. So there are two parts. The first one is to carry on with the election of the mayor for this term 2024 and 2022-2026. And the second part is the the mode of election will be by show of hands. Is that correct?
Thank you, Councillor. We'll just wait while we get the motion on the screen. So move Councillor Spencer, seconded Councillor Ward. Councillors, I will put that motion. All those in favour? I declare that carried unanimously. I now call for nominations for the election of Mayor. In accordance with Schedule 7 of the regulations, nominations must be made in writing by 2 or more councillors, one of whom may be the nominee, and the nominee must consent to the nomination in writing. At this point in time, I have received the following nominations for the position of Mayor. Councillor Kay has been nominated, who accepted the nomination from Councillor Nye and Councillor Spencer. Councillor Smith has also been nominated, who accepted the nomination from Councillor Ward and Councillor Wheatley. I now ask if there are any further nominations. I declare the nominations for the position of Mayor to be closed. As there is more than one candidate, an election will be necessary. It has been resolved that the method of voting for the position of Mayor will be by show of hands or open voting. I will call for each candidate in the order in which I received the nominations. So that will be Councillor Kay, followed by Councillor Smith. As there are 2 candidates, the candidate with the highest number of votes will be elected. In the event that there are an equal number of votes for each candidate, I will be required to draw lots in accordance with Clause 12 of the regulations, and I will call for scrutineers to oversee that process. If this situation occurs, the candidate who is drawn by lot will be declared the Mayor. Each councillor is entitled to vote for only one candidate. I will now call for you to vote. Would those councillors who wish to vote for Councillor Kay please raise your hand? Councillor Pettit, Councillor Balachandran, Councillor Nye, Councillor Taylor, Councillor Kay, and Councillor Spencer. Would those councillors who wish to vote for Councillor Smith please raise your hand? Councillor Devlin, Councillor Ward, Councillor Smith, and Councillor Wheatley. There are 6 votes for Councillor Kay and 4 votes for Councillor Smith. That's right. Councillor Kay therefore has the highest number of votes, and I declare Councillor Kay duly elected as the Mayor of Ku-ring-gai. Congratulations, Mayor Kay. I now invite the Mayor to take the chair.
We're up to GB3, which is the election of the Deputy Mayor for the 2024 to 26 mayoral term. I've got an amendment motion, if someone wouldn't mind putting that up on the screen.
So can I move the motion as printed, please? So, if I may just explain, essentially it is the same, but instead of a term of 2 years, it is a term of 1 year. Sorry, that's the... and what I just said, just double checking this on, that traditionally we have been doing that for 2 years, except for the last term, because it was a very short term. So I just need...
Okay, Councillor Pettit as the seconder. Thank you. Would anyone like to speak to the amendment? No? Okay, we'll put that to the vote. All those in favour? Okay, that's unanimous, so that's carried. And I'll just ask the General Manager to conduct the election for the Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. As General Manager, I'm returning officer for the election of the Deputy Mayor for the October 2024 to September 2025 Deputy Mayoral term. I now call for nominations for the election of Deputy Mayor. In accordance with Schedule 7 of the regulations, nominations must be made in writing by 2 or more councillors, one of whom may be the nominee, and the nominee must consent to the nomination in writing. At this point in time, I've received the following nominations for the position of Deputy Mayor. Councillor Ward has been nominated, who accepted the nomination from Councillor Smith and Councillor Wheatley. Councillor Ward was also subsequently nominated by Councillor Nye and Councillor Spencer. I also have a nomination from Councillor Wheatley, who accepted the nomination from Councillor Smith and Councillor Ward. I now call Councillor Ward.
Thank you, General Manager. I'd like to withdraw my nomination.
Thank you, Councillor Ward. I now call for any further nominations. Councillor Spencer.
Yes, I would like to nominate Indu Balachandran as the deputy, and I believe the paperwork is there.
Councillor Balachandran.
No, I did not nominate, or I was not nominated. Oh, no, I don't accept the nomination. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. Are there any further written nominations? Councillor Spencer, you have your light on it. I declare the nominations for the position of Deputy Mayor to be closed. As there is only one candidate, Councillor Wheatley, I declare Councillor Wheatley elected as Deputy Mayor. Congratulations.
Okay, firstly, I'd just like to say thank you to all of the councillors, but the ones that have elected me today, so thank you very much. But I will be working with all of you, and congratulations to Councillor Kim Wheatley on Deputy Mayor. So, thank you. Okay, so we're up to GB4, which is the appointments to council advisory and reference committees.
Madam Mayor, I have a motion, Madam Mayor.
Yep.
And I believe staff have been given this motion earlier this afternoon. And may I read it out, or should we get a seconder first?
Did you want to move it first?
Yeah, I'd like to move it, please.
Yeah, okay. Councillor Taylor moving. Do we have a seconder? Councillor Wheatley.
So the motion is a change to what is printed in the business paper. Part A and Part B have changed. Part A now says that we confirm that all advisory and reference committees will continue for the 24-28 council term, except for the Sustainable Recreation Advisory Group and the Active Transport Reference Committee. These two committees will be placed on hold and adjourned while a report is prepared and brought back to council by December 2024 with draft terms of reference to broaden the scope of the Sustainable Recreation Advisory Group into an Environment Committee and to broaden the scope of the Active Transport Reference Committee into a Net Zero Communities Committee. Councillors are to be consulted in development of the draft terms of reference. And then the change to Part B is to change the mode of voting on the committees to a show of hands. And may I speak briefly to the motion? Okay, so just at a high level, this motion calls for really the enhancement of these two committees. In effect, these two committees have been working in this way already. It recognises the importance of the subject areas and the opportunity to broaden scope and add greater value to Ku-ring-gai without losing focus on the original intent of each committee.
And Councillor Wheatley is a seconder. Did you want to speak on the motion?
I'll reserve my right, please.
Councillor Nye.
Question through you to Councillor Taylor. There's only one Taylor now. So, with the original council staff recommendation point E, make any required changes to the advisory and reference committee guidelines. Did you want to include that, or does it work without? I don't see the harm of just including it.
I'm very, very happy to include that. Actually would take the advice from the General Manager on that. So the original motion had staff would make any required changes to the advisory and reference committee guidelines. We could arguably leave that in.
Through you, Madam Mayor. Yes, it would be fine to leave it in. The terms of reference need to come back to council anyway.
Yep.
So it's probably redundant, but it won't. There'll be no harm done if it's left in.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
And does the seconder, Kim Wheatley, are you okay with that change?
Yes, I am. Happy with the change.
Are there any other speakers? All right, I'll put that to the vote. All those in favour? That's unanimous, carried. Okay. Okay, so we'll actually do the appointments for the committees now. Okay, so according to this last motion, we will be skipping the Active Transport Committee and we'll move on to the Arts and Culture Advisory Committee. We have two positions, which are either Mayor or Councillor as the Chair and one position for the Deputy Chair. I call for nominations for the position of Chair.
Madam Mayor, I would like to nominate Councillor Balachandran as the Chair for the Arts and Cultural Advisory Committee.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Devlin. Do we have a seconder? Councillor Pettit, I think you had your hand up quickly. Are there any further nominations? There being no further nominations, Councillor Balachandran, do you accept the position?
I accept, thank you.
You are duly elected to the position. Congratulations. I now call for nominations for the position of Deputy Chair. Do I have any nominations? This is for the Arts and Cultural Advisory Committee.
So
Councillor
I'd like to nominate Councillor Ward for this position.
Okay, and that's Councillor Alec Taylor seconding. Are there any further nominations? Okay, there being no further nominations, Councillor Ward, do you accept the position?
Yes, I do.
Okay, you are duly elected. Congratulations. The next committee is the Flood Risk and Management Committee. We have two positions.
Sorry, point of order.
Oh, sorry.
My colleague here is talking non-stop. I can't focus on the meeting. Could you tell him to please respect?
Madam Mayor, I'm unsure what Councillor Spencer's referring to. I think he's having a little bit of a lapse, so thank you.
Let's continue. Okay, we have two positions, which is Mayoral Councillor as the Chair. This is for the Flood Risk and Management Committee, and one position for the Deputy Chair. I call for nominations for the position of Chair. Councillor Balachandran.
Madam Mayor, I'd like to nominate Councillor Devlin for the position of Chair.
Okay. Do we have any other? Okay. Oh, sorry, Councillor Taylor, I think you were seconding. Okay, yeah. Sorry, it was just smidgen quicker than you. All right. Do we have any other further nominations for the Chair of the Flood Risk Management Committee? No? As there are no further nominations, Councillor Devlin, do you accept the position?
Yes, I accept.
Okay, fantastic. You are duly elected to the position. Congratulations. I now call for nominations for the position of Deputy Chair.
Madam Mayor, I'd like to nominate Councillor Ward as Deputy Chair for the Flood Risk Management Committee.
Okay. Do we have a seconder for Councillor Ward? So Councillor Balachandran, the seconder. Are there any further nominations? No. There being no further nominations, Councillor Ward, do you accept the position?
Yes, I do.
Congratulations, you are duly elected to the position. The next committee is the Heritage Reference Committee. We have two positions, Mayoral Councillor as the Chair and one position for the Deputy Chair. I call for nominations for the position of Chair.
Madam Mayor, I'd like to nominate Councillor Wheatley for Chair of the Heritage Reference Committee.
And seconding, Councillor Smith. Are there any further nominations for the Chair of the Heritage Committee? Okay, as there are no further nominations, Councillor Wheatley, do you accept the position?
I accept.
Fantastic. Congratulations, you are duly elected to the position. I now call for nominations for the position of Deputy Chair for the Heritage Reference Committee. Do we have any nominations?
I nominate Councillor Nye.
Okay, so, and do we have a seconder? Okay. Councillor Taylor, do we have any other nominations?
Madam Mayor, I'd like to nominate Councillor Balachandran as Deputy for the Heritage Reference Committee.
Okay. Do we have a seconder for Councillor Balachandran? Okay, seconded by Councillor Wheatley. Are there any further nominations? Okay, there being no further nominations, we will have to put that to the vote as we have two people. So we'll start in order of alpha. So we'll do Councillor Balachandran first. All those in favour of Councillor Balachandran being as the Deputy Chair on the Heritage Reference Committee, could you please raise your hands? Okay, so we've got, oh, sorry, can you just keep them up if that's all right? So we've got Councillor Devlin and, oh, Councillor Balachandran and Councillor Spencer and Councillor Kay, so that's 4. And, oh, sorry, Wheatley, are you, oh, Kim, okay. So that's 5 for Councillor Indu Balachandran. Okay, and then for Councillor Barbara Ward, oh sorry, Sam Nye, sorry, Councillor Nye. We have Councillor Pettit, Councillor Barbara Ward, Councillor Sam Nye, Councillor Alec Taylor and Councillor Martin Smith. Okay, so it's a draw. I exercise my casting vote and in this instance I will be supporting Balachandran for the chair of that committee. Congratulations if you accept that position.
I accept, thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, so now we're up to the Ku-ring-gai Traffic Committee is the next committee. So I call for nominations for the position of chair. Okay, Councillor Smith.
Madam Mayor, I would like to put Councillor Matt Devlin forward for that position. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Councillor, seconder for Councillor Devlin, Councillor Balachandran. Are there any other nominations for the chair of the Traffic Committee? I am looking around. Councillor Pettit.
I'd like to nominate Councillor Spencer, seeing he's done for many, many years.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Pettit. Do we have a seconder for, okay, and the seconder is Councillor Knight. Do we have any other nominations for the Traffic Committee Chair? Okay, so we will go to the vote. Those will start alphabetically. So those for Councillor Devlin, if you could raise your hand for Chair of the Committee. So we've got Councillor Devlin, Councillor Balachandran, Councillor Ward, Councillor Taylor, Councillor Smith and Councillor Wheatley. So that is 5 votes, 6 votes. Okay, and then we will raise our hands for Councillor Spencer, and that is Councillor Pettit, Nye, Spencer and Kay. That the vote being 6 for Matt Devlin, sorry, Councillor Devlin, I'm getting used to it. Do you accept the position?
I accept.
Okay, all right, well, you are duly elected, so congratulations. We are now doing the position of the alternate chair for the Traffic Committee, the Ku-ring-gai Traffic Committee. Are there any nominations? Councillor Ward is first.
I nominate Councillor Spencer.
Sorry, Councillor Spencer.
Thank you very much. After so many years, I just
Are you saying you don't accept the?
No,
okay.
no, thank you. I'm sure you'll do.
Councillor Wheatley.
I'd like to nominate Councillor Smith.
Okay. Is there a seconder for Councillor Smith? Councillor Alec Taylor. Councillor, is there any other nominations for the alternate? Councillor Smith, do you, as there are no further nominations, do you accept the position?
I gladly accept the position. Thank you.
Congratulations, you are duly elected to the position. The next position is, the next committee is the Multicultural Advisory Committee. We have 2 positions, Mayor or Councillor as the Chair and 1 position for the Deputy Chair. I call for nominations for the position of Chair.
Madam Mayor, I'd like to nominate Councillor Ward for the Chair of the Multicultural Advisory Committee.
Okay, do we have a seconder? Councillor Wheatley as the seconder. Are there any further nominations for the Chair of the Multicultural Committee? As there are no further nominations, Councillor Ward, do you accept the position?
I do, thank you.
Congratulations, and you're duly elected to the position. I now call for the nominations for the position of Deputy Chair for the Multicultural Advisory Committee. Do we have any nominations? Councillor Devlin.
Madam Mayor, can I nominate Councillor Balachandran as the Deputy Chair for the Multicultural Advisory Committee?
Okay. Is there a seconder? Councillor Ward is first, so she will second that. Are there any further nominations? There being no further nominations, Councillor Balachandran, do you accept the position?
I accept.
Congratulations, you are duly elected to the position. The next committee is the Status of Women's Advisory Committee. We have 2 positions. Mayoral Councillor is the chair and 1 position for the deputy chair. I call for nominations for the position of chair.
Madam Mayor,
Taylor?
I actually would like to nominate yourself to chair that committee as the mayor.
Okay, thank you. And Councillor Devlin, are you seconding? Okay, thank you. Are there any further nominations for the chair? There being no further nominations, thank you, and I do accept the position. I now call for nominations for the position of Deputy Chair. Do we have any nominations?
Madam Mayor, I'd like to nominate Councillor Spencer as Deputy.
Unfortunately, with the terms of reference, Councillor Smith, it does say it needs to be a female councillor. I have a nomination.
Sorry, I was thinking of Councillor Spencer when I nominated him. If I could possibly put Councillor Ward forward, thank you.
Okay, are there any other, so a seconder for Councillor Ward? Councillor No. Are there any other nominations? I actually have a nomination and I would like to nominate Councillor Balachandran. Do I have a seconder for Councillor Balachandran? Councillor Devlin. We have 2 people, nominations. Anyone else? Thank you. I will put that to the vote. So if we could raise our hands, who is supporting Councillor Balachandran for the Deputy Chair position, if you could raise your hands. Okay, so that is Councillor Devlin, Councillor Pettit.
I withdraw, thank you.
Okay. Councillor Balachandran, I'm just wondering if you were maybe not accepting the, okay, so Councillor, we'll start again. So we have Councillor Devlin, Pettit, Balachandran, Taylor, Spencer and Kay. Okay, and then we will, as part of process, for Councillor Ward, if you could please raise your hands, who is, okay. So we've got Councillor Ward, Councillor Nye, Councillor Smith and Councillor Wheatley. So the votes being 6-4, congratulations. Councillor Balachandran, I'm assuming you're accepting the, okay, fantastic.
I accept, thank you.
Thank you. All right, so I think we know what to do. I think we're up to 5. Okay. We're now up to GB5, which is councillor appointment to the Audit Risk and Improvement Committee. Can I first seek a motion here, a mover of the motion? Councillor Taylor. Oh. Do we have a seconder? Councillor Ward. Okay, so we'll just put that to the vote. All those in favour? You against? It's for the staff recommendation to proceed. Okay, so that's unanimous, carried. Okay, so I'm going to call for nominations. There is only one position there. Are there any nominations? Councillor Ward.
Madam Mayor, I nominate Councillor Taylor.
Okay. Is there a seconder for Councillor Taylor? Councillor Nye? Are there any other nominations? Okay. As there are no further nominations, Councillor Taylor, do you accept the position?
Yes, I do, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I do call for nominations if anyone would like to be an alternate on that particular committee. It's not compulsory.
Madam Chair, can I nominate Councillor Wheatley as an alternate for that committee?
Okay, thank you, Councillor Devlin. Seconded by Councillor Taylor. Are there any other nominations? No other nominations. Councillor Wheatley, do you accept the position?
I accept the position.
Okay, you are duly elected to the position. Congratulations. Okay, GB6, the external committees. We have 3 positions for NESROC, so the Northern Sydney Regional Organisation of Councils. We have Mayor or a councillor as a delegate and 2 alternates. Now, I call for nominations for the position of delegate. Councillor Devlin. Sorry, Councillor Spencer, sorry, you were first.
Sorry, just wondering, you're doing NASROC first?
Did I miss something?
So,
yeah, sorry, my apologies. We need to move the motion, yes.
so I'm not sure about NASROC, but for SMPP, could I move the motion that the existing councillors from the previous term remain until their term expires? They were recently appointed.
So we will do that as the motion?
That's the motion, yeah.
Yeah, seconded by Councillor Wheatley. Councillor Spencer, can you just check the wording suffices?
Yes, thank you.
And Councillor Wheatley is the second. Are you okay with that wording? Okay. Are there any speakers to this motion? Okay, being no speakers, we'll put it to the vote. All those in favour? And that is unanimous, carried. Okay, so we'll get back to the NESROC position. So this will be the position for the delegate of NESROC. I call for nominations for the position.
Madam Mayor, I'd like to nominate Councillor Ward for the role of delegate.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Devlin. Is there a seconder? Councillor Smith? Are there any other nominations for the delegate of NESROC? I will nominate Councillor Indu Balachandran. Do I have a seconder for that nomination? Councillor Wheatley? Are there any other nominations for the delegate? Okay, so being
Councillor Ward.
Sorry, Madam Mayor, also nominate Councillor Nye.
I accept.
Oh, just need a seconder for that. So we have Councillor Taylor. Okay, so we have 3 nominations for this position, which is Councillor Balachandran, Councillor Nye and Ward. Yes. Okay, so we'll do that in the alphabetical order. So those all in favour of Councillor Balachandran as the delegate on the NESROC, could you please raise your hands? Okay, so that is Councillor Pettit, Balachandran, Spencer and Kay, so that's 4 votes. Then we'll just do Councillor Ward. Okay, all those in favour of Councillor Ward. We have Councillor Devlin, Councillor Ward, Councillor Nye and Councillor Taylor, I think was the last comer, and Councillor Smith. Oh, and who are you vote? Sorry, Councillor Wheatley, are you for Councillor Ward? Okay, so is that 6? Yep, that's 6 votes. And then I think the last one is Councillor Nye. And remember, you can only vote once. Okay, so if the people could put their hand up for Councillor Nye. Okay, no, yeah, okay, it will just, yeah, that just lapses. Okay. Okay. So there being the most number of votes was Councillor Ward. Do you accept the position, Councillor Ward?
I accept the position.
Okay. Congratulations, you are duly elected to the position. Now we have 2 positions which are alternates for NESROC. I call for nominations for the first position.
Madam Chair, I'd like to nominate Councillor Balachandran as an alternate delegate.
And a seconder, I think, Councillor Nye.
I was going to nominate both Balachandran and Nye concurrently as the 2 alternates.
Yeah, if there are no further nominations, we could probably just, oh, are you seconding? Okay. So just to make it clear, we have 2 nominations, Balachandran and Nye. If there are no further nominations, we could just put you in each of those the alternate spots, as long as you both accept. Do you accept?
I accept.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Congratulations, you are duly elected. There's quite a few committees here. Okay. So the next committee is the North Shore Police Area Command and Safety Precinct. This is the one that runs from Linfield to North Sydney. We have 1 position, which is a mayor or councillor as the delegate. I call for nominations for the position of delegate.
Madam Mayor, I nominate Councillor Nye for that position.
Okay, Councillor Taylor, and Councillor Wheatley to second. Do we have any other nominations for the position? There being no further nominations, Councillor Nye, do you accept the position?
Yes.
Okay, you are duly elected to the position. Congratulations. I now
Just for the minutes, oh yeah, the minutes are fine. Councillor Nye. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Okay, so the next committee is the North Shore Police Area Command and Safety Precinct, Linfield to Brooklyn. We have 1 position, mayor or councillor as the delegate. I call for nominations for the position of delegate. Councillor Devlin.
Madam Mayor, I'd like to nominate Councillor Wheatley.
Thank you, Councillor Devlin. Seconded by Councillor Ward. Do we have any further nominations? There being no further nominations, Councillor Wheatley, do you accept the position? Congratulations on being duly elected. Okay, the next committee is the Kids Youth Counselling Management Committee. We have 2 positions, 1 delegate and 1 alternate.
I call for nominations for the position of delegate. Councillor Ward.
Madam Mayor, I nominate Councillor Taylor.
Okay, and a seconder for Councillor Balachandran had her hand up. Are there any further nominations for the position of delegate? There being no further nominations, Councillor Taylor, do you accept the position? You are duly elected to the position. Congratulations. I now call for nominations for the position of alternate. Do we have any nominations?
Yeah, I'd like to nominate Councillor Ward.
Okay, do we have a seconder for Councillor Ward? Councillor Smith, a seconder. Are there any further nominations for the KYDS alternate? Looks like there are no further nominations. Councillor Ward, do you accept the position? Congratulations, Councillor Ward, you are duly elected to the position. The next position is the Hornsby Ku-ring-gai PCYC Community Engagement Committee. We have 2 positions, 1 delegate and 1 alternate. I call for nominations for the position of delegate. Councillor Nye.
I'd like to nominate Councillor Ward.
Okay. Do we have a seconder for Councillor Ward? Councillor Smith. Are there any further nominations for the delegate position? There being no further nominations, Councillor Ward, do you accept the position?
I accept, thank you.
You are duly elected. Congratulations. The next position is I'm calling for nominations for the 1 alternate. Do we have any nominations for the position of alternate for the PCYC Community Engagement Committee?
I'd like to nominate Councillor Devlin.
Councillor Taylor, do we have a seconder for Councillor Devlin? That would be Councillor Pettit. Are there any further nominations? There being no further nominations, Councillor Devlin, do you accept the position?
Madam Mayor, I accept that.
Okay, congratulations, you are duly elected to the position. Okay, the next committee is the Erraldine Trust. We have 1 position, which is the delegate. I call for nominations for the position of delegate. Councillor Smith.
Madam Mayor, I'll nominate Councillor Wheatley for that.
Okay, do we have a seconder for Councillor Wheatley? Councillor Pettit? Are there any further nominations? There being no further nominations, Councillor Wheatley, do you accept the position?
Accept the position.
Congratulations, Councillor Wheatley, you are duly elected to the position. The next committee is the New South Wales Public Libraries Association. We have 1 position, which is 1 delegate. I call for nominations for the position of delegate. I'm going to nominate, not myself, Councillor Taylor.
Actually, I won't accept that position, thank you, Madam Mayor.
Councillor Smith?
I'd like to nominate Councillor Spencer.
Do we have a seconder for Councillor Spencer? That's Councillor Pettit.
Sorry, thank you.
Okay, that's okay. Thank
Madam
you.
Mayor, can I please nominate yourself for that role? Would you like to be on that committee again?
Only if there's no other nominations, because I would rather not. Is that a seconder from you, Councillor Devlin? Okay, I accept the position. Thank you very much, Councillor Taylor and Councillor Devlin. The next committee is the Hornsby Ku-ring-gai Rural Fire Service District Liaison Officer. We have 2 positions, 1 delegate and 1 alternate. I call for nominations for the position of delegate. Councillor Wheatley? I'll look at this.
I'd like to nominate Councillor Devlin.
And do we have a seconder for Councillor Devlin? Councillor Smith, a seconder. Are there any other nominations? There being no further nominations, Councillor Devlin, do you accept the position?
I accept.
Excellent. You are duly elected to the position. I call for nominations for the position of alternate. Do we have any nominations? Councillor Ward.
Madam Mayor, I nominate Councillor Smith.
And are you seconding Councillor Devlin? Do we have any other nominations? There being no further nominations, Councillor Smith, do you accept the position?
I'd gladly accept the position, thank you.
You are duly elected to the position. The next committee is the Hornsby Ku-ring-gai Bushfire Management Committee. We have 2 positions, 1 delegate and 1 alternate. I call for nominations for the position of delegate.
I'd like to...
Councillor Smith was before you.
Madam Mayor, I would like to nominate Councillor Devlin for that position.
Okay, do we have a seconder? Councillor Ward? Do we have any other nominations for the position of delegate? There being no further nominations, Councillor Devlin, do you accept the position?
I accept.
You are duly elected to the position. I now call for nominations for the position of alternate. Do we have any nominations from the floor? Councillor Devlin.
Madam Mayor, I'd like to nominate Councillor Smith as alternate.
Okay. Do we have a seconder for Councillor Smith? Councillor Ward? Are there any other nominations? No, doesn't look like there is any. Councillor Smith, do you accept the position?
Yes, I do. I'd like to thank Councillor Devlin for the nomination. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Do this. Okay, I think we're up to the last item of business, which is GB7, which is filling casual vacancies within 18 months after the election date. I do have an alternate motion. If governance could put that up for me. Okay, I'm happy to move that motion unless, and Councillor Pettit seconding. Would anyone like to speak on that motion or double check? It's basically just to change it so we, instead of a count back, we're having a by-election. Okay. Right, so if there's no sorry, Councillor Nye.
I'd like to move an amendment, which is the count back option. So point A, determine whether to fill, determine that we will fill a casual vacancy within 18 months of the ordinary election of councillors by count back. And then point B is whatever staff's recommendation was. So the count back option.
All right, do we have a seconder for the amendment? Councillor Smith? Councillor Nye, would you like to speak on the amendment?
Yeah, sure. I'll speak briefly. I understand the pros and cons of each, count back or by-election. On this particular occasion, I'm supportive of count back. I believe that in the very unlikely case that one of us 10 here drops dead or gets caught in some sort of, scandal, count back saves the ratepayers a lot of money. It also saves candidates a lot of money. They don't have to spend money to get there. I'm personally comfortable with the third place getter for each of the 5 wards, and I think they would be willing to fulfil the role. And it's only for the first 18 months anyway, so I'd encourage councillors to support this cost-saving measure.
Councillor Smith as seconder of the motion, would you like to speak to
yes,
amendment?
Thank you.
Sorry.
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor. I actually think it's actually important here that we've the opportunity where there is a countback. I think the people that actually ran in the last election put a lot of time and effort into it, and I think that they should be given that opportunity, hence that we had somebody that was disqualified for some reason with the Australian Electoral Commission or whatever it be. So for those reasons, I'd very much support this motion. Thank you. Amendment.
Are there any other speakers to the amendment? Councillor Pettit.
Well, I'll be speaking against this amendment. I think, particularly in 2 wards where we only had 3 groups, I think good democracy says, well, perhaps there were people that were interested at that particular point in time, decided not to nominate. Perhaps within the next 18 months, they might have reconsidered their positions. And it could be the right time for them to nominate. However, if we go to a countback situation, we could be discounting a number of people who might actually be interested in running. Only due to timing. They might have family issues that precluded them. I know in my particular ward, one of the potential candidates was having a knockdown and rebuild, so obviously it wasn't the right time for him. But within 18 months' time, that house will be completed, and you might be interested in rerunning again. So I think having a by-election, go out there and see who is actually interested.
Okay, are there any other speakers? Okay, if there's no other speakers, we will put the amendment to the vote. So all those for the amendment, which is Councillor Nye, Councillor Taylor, Councillor Smith, Councillor Wheatley. Okay, those against? Councillor Devlin, Councillor Pettit, Councillor Ballatandran, Councillor Ward, Councillor Spencer. That means the amendment is lost. The amendment now, we will go now back to the original motion and we will vote on the motion. Are there any speakers on the original motion? There not being no speakers, I'm happy to put that to the vote. All those in favour? Which is unanimous. I declare that carried. Okay, I declare the meeting is closed at 8:01.